this is a way to get support from economy-friendly stakeholders in the headquarter countries of all these companies involved. Then there is also a possible implication of other states. Morocco has several climate compensation agreements. I was preparing to say we know about 3 so far, Norway, Switzerland, and Singapore, but I just learned 90 minutes ago that actors in Norway managed to stop. Congratulations.
Let's hope we are as successful
Okay.
as I believe. No.
I am working on it. I'm in contact with in Switzerland with stakeholders about where these projects will be located. Then financial implication of other states. Last May, France announced its willingness to co-finance the electric highway. That's a cable that will transport renewable energy from the occupied territory to Casablanca. Then, as Emmanuel Dever already mentioned, importing green energy from Western Sahara is also an issue. The European Union promised to not import energy from the occupied territory, but the energy will pass in a cable under the Strait of Gibraltar, and it's technically not possible to separate the energy depending on where it's coming from. Then it is very difficult to keep the overview over all projects and all companies involved. So I will neither bother you nor myself with reading a list about all the companies and projects. I will give you just some of the most pertinent numbers and the recent developments about it. So I mentioned the ambitious goal of Morocco about renewable energy. And this goal clearly depends on development of projects in the occupied territory. So, for instance, the 2 solar plants, Nur Bushtur and Nur Layoun, they are mentioned by MASEN, the Moroccan Agency for Sustainable Energy, as projects contributing to these goals to have 52% of all energy sourced by renewable energy by 2030. Then we have from other sources, we have the information that Morocco plans to double the capacity of renewable energy in the territory by 2030. Last autumn, the Moroccan Energy Ministry announced plans to develop another 1.4 gigawatts of new wind and solar capacity in the region by 2027. And so we see Morocco is clearly expanding its activities in the region. Then a very revealing number, according to the Moroccan government finance bill for last year, so 24, 81% of all the lands that the Moroccan government has allocated to green hydrogen projects is located in Western Sahara. And then I already mentioned renewable energy projects are also linked to non-sustainable sectors, for instance, agriculture. In Dakhla, there is a huge desalination plant in plan. It will be powered by Engie windmills, the ones I already mentioned. And the water will be used to irrigate plantations. It's mainly cherry tomatoes and melons. And until now, this sector is also criticized for ecological reasons, because these plantations are irrigated with fossil water. That's this deep underground non-renewable water. So as soon as there is a desalinated water, renewable energy is also used to erase environmental criticism of this sector. Then also the phosphate extraction in the Bukra mine located in Western Sahara, as well as 1 or 2 cement factories in El Ayoun are also powered by wind energy. Then my last topic, renewable energy in Western Sahara needs to be put in context of climate change and climate justice. And here I would like to give credit to Nick Brooks. He's a climate consultant and researcher. He was very much involved in the climate action plan of the Sahrawi Arabic Democratic Republic. So Western Sahara is really a poster example of climate injustice. people living in the Tindouf refugee camps and the liberated territory that are highly affected by climate change while not having contributed anything to it. The camps are located in a zone of extreme heat. There are models which predict further rise of temperature up to the point where the human body will not be able to survive anymore in this zone. I unfortunately don't have the presentation here now, but there are models which predict that with 2 or 3 degrees Celsius heating, where you see that very well how dangerous, how complicated it will become to live in this area. So while the Sahrawi population in the refugee camps is highly affected by climate change, the Sahrawi people are excluded from global climate governance. So when you have a look at UNFCCC, for instance, I suppose you are all familiar with UNFCCC is the international treaty established to address climate change, and UNFCCC is also monitoring the goals of the Paris Agreement. And as SADR is not a member of the UN, it cannot be part of the UNFCCC and it cannot sign the Paris Agreement. And as a consequence, SADR is excluded from all global climate negotiations, including access to global climate funds. And what is particularly surprising, or I would say disturbing, is that in its reporting to UNFCCC, Morocco is including the projects in occupied Western Sahara as a contribution to reach the Paris Agreement goals. So I finished my presentation with a call to action. NGOs love to do that, and I have